In this video, we will study the exponential function and the laws of exponents. Basically, exponential function is what? A function in which the variables appears as an exponent or a power. Basically, exponent can also be called as a power. So a function in which the variable appears as exponent is called an exponential function. For example, y equals e raised to power ax. This is the exponent, variable exponent, and this a can be any constant. So basically we have variable exponent. So this function is called an exponential function. Another example, y equals e raised to power x is also an exponential function, or it can also be y equals 2 raised to power x, or y equals a raised to power x, and that a can be any constant number. All these are exponential functions of x. Consider y equals 3 raised to power x. This 3 is basically called the base, and this x is called the exponent or power. Exponent or power. Or if we consider 2 raised to power 3, this 2 is basically called the base, and this 3 is called the exponent or power. Now come towards the laws of exponents that we will follow in solving the questions involving the powers or exponents. The first law of exponent is a raised to power m multiply with a raised to power n. Since both have same basis, both have same basis, so their power will be added to each other. So we can write it for one base a, and we will add their powers m plus n. Consider an example for this law. If we have 2 raised to power 3 multiply with 2 raised to power 4, since both have same basis, so we'll write it one time and we will add their powers. So it will be 3 plus 4. So we will get 2 raised to power 7. Or if more than 2 are multiplying with each other, then if they have same basis, we will write it for one base and we will add all the powers. 6 plus 3 plus minus 1. So it will become 2 raised to power 6 plus 3 plus minus 1. So it will become 2 raised to power 6 plus 3 will become 9, and 9 minus 1 will become 8. Consider the second law of exponent, that is, if we have division, then what will happen? A raised to power m is divided with a raised to power n. Since both have same basis, so we'll write it for 1, and the powers will be subtracted with each other. A raised to power m minus n. For example, we have 3 raised to power 4, or 3 divided with 3 raised to power 2. It will become 3 raised to power 4 minus 2. The power will be subtracted with the numerator's power. So it will become 3 raised to power 2. If we have 2 raised to power 3 divided with 2 raised to power minus 5, it will become 2 raised to power 3 subtraction with minus 5. So it will become 2 raised to power 3 minus multiply with minus, we will get plus 5. So it will become 2 raised to power 8. If we have a raised to power m and whole raised to power n, then both the powers will be multiplied with each other and it will become a raised to power mn. For example, 2 raised to power 3 multiplied with 4, it will become 2 raised to power 3 multiplied by 4. So it will become 2 raised to power 12. Or if we have 3 raised to power 4 whole raised to power minus 5, it will become 3 raised to power 4 multiplied with minus 5, and it will become 3 raised to power minus 20. And if we have a b raised to power n, this power will be for each a and b, like a raised to power n and b raised to power n. For example, 2 into 3 raised to power 5 will become 2 raised to power 5 multiply with 3 raised to power 5. Individually, each integer will get this power. If we have a divided by b whole raised to power n, then individually they will get the same exponent or power. That will become a raised to power n divided by b raised to power n. For example, 2 divided by 3 whole raised to power 5 will become 2 raised to power 5 divided by 3 raised to power 5. If we have a negative exponent or the negative power, it can be converted into the positive exponent by taking the reciprocal of it. So if we have a raised to power minus of n, we can make this exponent positive by taking its reciprocal. So it will become 1 divided by a raised to power n. If we have 2 raised to power minus 4, it will become 1 divided by 2 raised to power 4. Or if we have 1 divided by 3 raised to power minus 4, this can also be made as the positive exponent for 3, like we will take the reciprocal of this, we'll get 3 raised to power 4, and see, this negative exponent is converted into the positive. So if we have a negative exponent, we can make it the positive by taking its reciprocal. If we have a raised to power 0 equals to 1, anything having power equals to 0 will be equals to 1. For example, we have 3 raised to power 0, it will become 1. And if we have 5 raised to power 0, it will also become 1. So anything having power 0 will be equals to 1. Now in the next video, we will solve some of the questions following these laws of exponent.